Hey everyone. Welcome to Top Tech News. This is your news channel for getting updated with the latest tech news headlines and their impact on business and our lives. To read the full news article for any of the news that we cover, simply click on its link given below in the description. To stay updated, show us some love and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This way you would be informed whenever we upload a new video. Hi, my name is Dee and I am your host for today. Today's top headlines are: Tesla next-gen full self-driving is delayed to May to June, subscription coming next month. Epic Games raises $1 billion for long-term Metaverse plans, with $200 million from Sony. Sony Xperia 1 III and 5 III announced with 120Hz screens, variable telephoto lenses. Renders imagine iPhone 13 mini with redesigned camera bump, smaller notch. Google Assistant can now find ring-silenced iPhones as Duplex expands to online food orders. Let's get started. Tesla next-gen full self-driving is delayed to May to June, subscription coming next month. Elon Musk has provided an update on the timeline for the next generation of its full self-driving beta system and the availability of the package as a monthly subscription. Tesla is currently testing the feature-complete version of its full self-driving package in beta with a few thousand customers and employees through its early access program. It's not considered autonomous driving yet because the driver is still responsible for the vehicle and needs to be ready to take control at all times, but Tesla's system performs all the other driving tasks autonomously, including driving through intersections. Tesla hopes that it can keep improving on the system with customer feedback until it can gather enough data to show that it's safer than human driving. Over the last few months, CEO Elon Musk has been talking about Tesla moving to a new generation, V9, of its FSD software that will remove reliance on radar readings and instead have everything done through computer vision based on cameras. The update has been pushed a few times, but now Musk commented on Twitter that it should be no later than June. The new software is linked to a wider release of the FSD beta to the Tesla fleet through a download full self-driving beta button. Last year, it was reported that Tesla is working on a pay-as-you-go subscription for its full self-driving package. Later, CEO Elon Musk confirmed that Tesla planned to release such an option toward the end of 2020. That never happened, and the release was later pushed by the CEO to early 2021. Last month, Musk said that it will for sure happen during the second quarter of 2021. Along with the update about Tesla V9, Musk now says that the subscription is a sure thing for May. The FSD subscription is going to be an alternative to paying $10,000 for the FSD package, which is currently the only option. Tesla has made it clear that outright buying the package is going to better financially, which means that the monthly cost of the subscription is likely going to be over $100 per month. Epic Games raises $1 billion for long-term Metaverse plans, with $200 million from Sony. Epic Games has raised $1 billion in a new round of funding in its bid to build the Metaverse, the universe of virtual worlds that are all interconnected, like in novels such as Snow Crash and Ready Player One. The company said the money will enable it to support future growth opportunities, and it places Epic's equity valuation at $28.7 billion. This round includes an additional $200 million strategic investment from Sony. This builds on the already close relationship between the two companies and reinforces their goals to advance the state-of-the-art in technology, entertainment, and socially connected online services. One of the keys to the Metaverse will be making realistic animated digital humans. Epic continues to have only a single class of common stock outstanding and CEO Tim Sweeney remains the controlling shareholder of the company. We are grateful to our new and existing investors who support our vision for Epic and the Metaverse, said Sweeney in a statement. Their investment will help accelerate our work around building connected social experiences in Fortnite, Rocket League, and Fall Guys, while empowering game developers and creators with Unreal Engine, Epic Online Services, and the Epic Games Store. Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida said in a statement that Epic continues to deliver revolutionary experiences through their array of cutting-edge technologies that support creators in gaming and across the digital entertainment industry. He said Sony is excited to collaborate and bring new entertainment experiences to the world. Sweeney has been one of the biggest advocates for the Metaverse in recent years and has said that the Metaverse should be built with open standards so that walled gardens do not dominate the community. He said he started thinking about the Metaverse more seriously in 2017, after Fortnite succeeded. He said it became apparent that all of the science fiction writers were talking about the same thing, even though it had some crazy ideas attached to it. If the Metaverse is open, each company will still want to own some things. Epic owns Fortnite and the Unreal Engine, which anyone can license. You can use that engine to create anything you want. And Epic has zero say in what you can build. Sony Xperia 1 III and 5 III announced with 120Hz screens, variable telephoto lenses. Sony just held its Xperia event, introducing 3 new phones with 2 of them being full-fledged flagships, Xperia 1 III and Xperia 5 III. As before, the latter aims to appeal to users looking for something more compact without sacrificing anything in terms of user experience. The 2 phones have unique variable telephoto cameras that can switch between 70mm and 105mm, which equates to around 2.9x and 4.4x optical zoom. The shooter itself uses a 12MP 1x2.9 inches Sony sensor with f2.3 or f2.8 aperture depending on the focal length you use and optical image stabilization. Digital zoom can now reach the equivalent of 300mm, compared to 200mm on the Xperia 1 II and 5 II, and Sony calls it AI Super Resolution Zoom. The main camera uses the good old 12MP 1x1.7 inches sensor coupled with an f1.7 OIS lens, while the ultra-wide snapper has a 12MP 2.6 inches imager, f2.2 aperture and autofocus, which is not that common on ultra-wide units even among flagships. For optimal performance on those precious cameras, Sony has put Zeiss lenses with T-coating. Additional software features include real-time IAF on top of the already existing IAF that works on animals and humans, optical steady shot in 4K recording at 120 FPS for those crisp slow-motion takes. The front camera seemingly remains unchanged from last year, using the same 8MP sensor. The only difference in the camera department is the 3D TOF camera, which is exclusive to the Xperia 1 III. This means it's also the only one to support real-time eye autofocus tracking, although the Xperia 5 III still has the real-time IAF. With the cameras mostly identical, it's the screens that set the Xperia 1 III and Xperia 5 III apart. The larger Xperia 1 III uses a 6.5-inch 4K OLED panel with a cinematic 21:9 aspect ratio and is capable of running at 120Hz and displaying HDR content. The Xperia 5 III also moves to 120Hz refresh rate, but on a smaller 6.1-inch OLED panel of full HD resolution with the same 21:9 aspect ratio and again complete with HDR support. Both phones are powered by the flagship Snapdragon 888 chipset, with the Xperia 1 III having 12GB of RAM and 256GB or 512GB storage. The Xperia 5 III gets the slightly more conservative 8GB with 128GB and 8GB with 256GB versions. Both phones have hybrid dual SIM slots, so you can easily expand the storage through a microSD card if you need to. Even the battery is the same, a 4500 mAh unit with support for up to 30 watts fast charging, or 50% in 30 minutes, promising 3-year-long life. The Xperia 1 III also adds wireless charging, but the Xperia 5 III makes do without it. It wouldn't be a proper flagship release if multimedia and gaming features were left out, so Sony doesn't disappoint there as well. Both devices boast powerful stereo loudspeakers and 240Hz motion blur reduction in supported games. Low gamma razor helps with visibility in shadows, while sound equalizer helps you better hear gunshots and footsteps. Sony has also made extra effort to improve the microphone input during voice chat, removing background noise and clears up the speech. Game recording is also available at up to 1080p at 120 FPS, and there's one neat feature Sony calls rewind time recording. It's similar to NVIDIA's highlight recording, where it constantly records the last 30 seconds during gameplay. So if you want to save your highlight of the game, just hit record and the software rewinds the last 30 seconds and saves them. The final key difference between the Xperia 1 III and Xperia 5 III is the screen protection. The former uses Gorilla Glass Victus for the front and frosted Gorilla Glass 6 for the back, while the smaller model settles for 2 Gorilla Glass 6 sheets. Both phones are rated IP65/68 for protection from dust and water. The available colors for the Xperia 1 III are frosted black, frosted gray and frosted purple, while the Xperia 5 III's colors are just black, green, and pink. Sony says both phones will be available at the start of this summer, with pricing to be confirmed later on. Renders imagine iPhone 13 mini with redesigned camera bump, smaller notch. Leaked schematics offered a closer look at some of the design changes Apple could have in store for this year's iPhone 13 lineup. Now, Apple has published new renders imagining what the iPhone 13 mini could look like with these changes. Renders have emerged showcasing an iPhone 13 with some interesting changes to the back camera array. The most notable change here is a change in the design of the camera bump. Instead of being stacked vertically like the iPhone 12, the render places the lenses diagonally in the top left and bottom right corner of the square camera module. The iPhone 13 notch is also expected to get smaller this year, as has been reported by multiple different sources. Most recently, leaked images suggested that the notch could get about 30% smaller in width than its predecessor. The concept from Svet Apple imagines what these changes could look like in the real world, particularly as they relate to the iPhone 13 mini and its 5.4-inch display. Something else to keep in mind, the iPhone 13 mini could be the last 5.4-inch mini iPhone released by Apple. Reliable Apple analyst Ming Chi Kuo reported that Apple will likely discontinue the form factor in 2022 with the iPhone 14, opting instead for two 6.1-inch models and 6.7-inch models, potentially referred to as the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Max, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone 14 Pro Max. Google Assistant can now find ring-silenced iPhones as Duplex expands to online food orders. Google has announced a handful of new Assistant features, while making others more widely available. The biggest lets iPhone owners find misplaced devices using Google's smart displays and speakers as Assistant routines availability expands. Hey Google, find or ring my phone is a very helpful command in the home. On Apple's platform, Assistant currently places a regular phone call to your mobile number. The experience is more optimized on Android with the voice command working even if Do Not Disturb is switched on. A similar capability is now coming to iOS through the Google Home app. Once users set up critical alerts, they can get finding your phone with Assistant notifications that are accompanied by a custom ringing sound. It will play even if the iPhone is silenced and DND enabled. Behind the scenes, Apple looks to have granted the Home app a special alerts entitlement to bypass current device settings and trigger critical sounds. Meanwhile, as Google previously telegraphed, Duplex on the web can help with takeout. When ordering from restaurants that appear in the Google app on Android, you'll first make menu selections like normal. However, Assistant will be invoked during the final checkout process to automatically navigate the site and fill out your contact and payment details saved in Google Pay and sync to Chrome Autofill. Like with movie tickets, a sheet slides up to walk Android users through the process. Google is first partnering with select chains before expanding to more restaurant partners stateside later this year. This capability further grows Duplex, Google's umbrella term for efforts that help users accomplish tedious, multi-step tasks. Google is also making sunrise and sunset triggers in Assistant routines available globally. This redesigned macro creation process includes a carousel of suggested actions and allows users to place home screen shortcuts on Android. The revamp first rolled out in December. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you found it helpful. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And do show us some love by clicking on the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful day everyone, and we will be back again soon.